All right, Shalom. This is gonna be a quick lesson jumping into some of the dietary laws and foods that the Most High said we can and cannot eat. And I'm jumping into this uh, so you can know what to eat and what not to eat in order to please Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai, but also for when these famines start coming up, these great food shortages, you gotta know when there's limited food, you gotta know what the Most High said you can and can't eat. Um, because if you present it with some unclean food and you have nothing else to eat, your flesh is gonna be tempted to eat those unlawful foods. All right, so that's why I'm just diving into this, so like during those times, what you can and cannot eat according to the Most High, Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah. But first and foremost, I'm gonna give all praises to the Most High in the Hebrew tongue and in their true Hebrew names. Kal Halayim, like Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash, Amamath. And double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and shalom to you brothers and sisters pushing and keeping this truth and sincerity into the end, man. All right, so I'm gonna hop right into it. Coming out of Leviticus chapter 11, verse 9, and it reads, "These shall ye eat of all that are in the waters, whatsoever have fins and scales in the waters, in the seas, and in the rivers, them ye shall eat. And all that have not fins and scales in the seas and in the rivers, and all that move in the waters, and of any living thing which is in the waters, they shall be an abomination unto you. They shall be even an abomination unto you. Ye shall not eat of their flesh, but ye shall have their carcasses in abomination." All right. So off rip, the Most High said the only thing we are allowed to eat that comes out of the waters, the rivers, seas, whatever it is, must have fins and scales. All right. So looking at this picture right here, everything they have listed: shrimp, lobster, clams, crabs, oysters. This is not food that the Most High gave you. These are unclean foods because they do not have fins and scales. All right. So pretty much the only thing he said we can eat that comes out of the water are clean fish, man. Because there's some fish that does not have scales, but they got fins. All right, they have to have both fins and scales. Okay, so everything you see on this list and a lot more that you don't see on this list, these are unclean foods, unlawful foods that you should not be eating, that you should not be touching. He said their carcasses shall be an abomination unto you, man. Why would you want to put an abomination into your mouth? All right. Then we're finna jump to another big one. Jumping down to chapter 11, verse 7. So things that come out of the sea must have fins and scales, man. All right. If it does not have fins and scales, do not consume it. It is unlawful. All right. Now another one of the main ones that our people love to consume is this swine, man. This pork, this pig. And I'm gonna bring this out. Leviticus chapter 11, verse 7. "And the swine, though he divideth the hoof and be clover-footed, yet he cheweth not the cud. He is unclean to you." Okay, so again, this is another unclean food, man, an unlawful food that you are not supposed to be consuming. All right, this should not touch you. You should not touch this. You should not consume this, man. This is unlawful, says Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shah, man. And like I said, you gotta know these things because in the days of these famines, when there's great food shortages and maybe you hungry, you going hungry, and you presented with some unlawful food, do not eat it, do not touch it, because the Most High will not present you some unlawful food, some unclean food. All right, you gotta have faith, man. And speaking of that, I'm gonna jump to Leviticus 11. Verse 46 and 47, and it reads, "This is the law of the beast, and of the fowl, and of every living creature that moveth in the waters, and of every creature that creepeth upon the earth, to make a difference between the unclean and the clean, and between the beast that may be eaten and the beast that may not be eaten." All right, so point blank and simple right there. This is a clear division between the unclean and the clean. So swine, pork, shrimp, lobster, crab, oysters, anything that comes out of the sea does not have fins and scales are unclean foods. All right. Now there's more dietary laws, but I'm touching on these because these are some of the main ones that's in our diet right now. You know what I'm saying? These are some of the main unlawful foods we are consuming as a people. Okay. And now I'm gonna jump to Matthew 24 verse 7, just to further this point, man. All right, now this is Matthew 24 verse 7, and it reads, "For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places," man. All right. So we are living in these times, you know what I'm saying? This is like the elders been saying, this is the year of prophecy, 2020. Nation shall rise against nation. All right, you see that happening now. Nation rising up against nations. And kingdom against kingdom. That you see that happening right now. And there shall be famines. Famines are coming, man. Great food shortages are coming. All right. And that's another reason why I'm touching on this lesson. You got to know what you can and cannot eat according to God's law, man. Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai's law. Okay? And pestilences and earthquakes in diverse places. All right? Pestilences are diseases and plagues. You see that going on right now as well with the coronavirus, man. Spreading globally. Like, we in those days, man. And earthquakes in diverse places. That's happening as well. These are all prophecies coming to light. All right. So these famine prophecy is gonna come to light as well. So you gotta know, man. You gotta be on your toes with this. All right. And I got one more precept just to end this lesson off. It's coming out of the book of James. All right, and it reads, James chapter 2 verse 17. Even so, faith, if it have not works, is dead, being alone. And then jumping down to verse 26, for as the body without the spirit is dead, so faith without works is dead also. All right. So if you really have faith in Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, and in his word, you're gonna put in the work to show your faith. Okay. So if you truly have faith in him, when those famines come, you're not going to be eating and consuming unlawful foods, unclean foods. You're going to have faith that he is going to provide unto you, man. All right, he going to provide that ram in the bush to you. And that was like the last precept I wanted to get, man. You got to know these unclean and unlawful foods, and you got to keep the faith, man, especially in those times, because hunger and starvation is a terrible thing. But you got to have faith in those days, man. All right, Shalom.